Hey there, Jim back here again at Off the Wall Studio. Yesterday we took you on a tutorial on how to mix a track from start to finish featuring the legendary Kool rap. If you haven't seen that video and interested in doing so, you can find the link right here. Please like us on Facebook. You can follow us there at www.facebook.com/offthewallstudio. So let's go ahead and get into it. We'll show you how to get a good studio master, and this will definitely help you improve on your skills to get everything sounding the way you want them. Alright, so we're back up in here right now. About to master the track for D1 and Kool rap. It's a sick track, came out really good. Alright, so let's get into it. So right now I'm in the project. Now, sometimes you can master within the project, sometimes you don't. I usually never have a problem when I'm mastering inside the project, just because I have a really good computer and it can process all these effects. If your computer's a little slower, go ahead and bounce it out to a stereo track. Keep it on the best settings, whatever bit depth you recorded it at, say 24 bits. Keep it at 24 bits, so convert it at the very end. There's no need to convert here and there, just convert everything all at the very end. Alright, so let's get into the studio mastering. Now this is all in the box stuff. Everything we've been working on is all in the box, meaning all the effects and everything are in the computer. I'm mastering in the box, so I'm not using any external gear. I do have some external gear I do use for mastering, but sometimes it's not needed, sometimes it is. Alright, so I have all the buses assigned to the master bus right here. Now, here is a master bus compressor. This is the solid state logic Oxford. It's a stereo bus compressor. Some people call this the glue. It's from Dwendy. Alright, let's take a listen to the track and we'll arm that bad boy. It's armed right now.
Yeah. Europe top team.
KGRD1, baby. Off the Wall Studios. You know how we go.
As I prepare for the kill, the air is still and there's a chill in it. Built for this, staring in the mirror at my silhouette. Shadow and movements gotta be like water. Strength on a street fighter type boxer. I'm a monster, feared, idolized, and sponsored. Fan favorite, people's
Okay, I'm pretty happy with that. It's just a couple of dB, that's all I want. As you can hear it when it's coming on and off, it is really like glue. I feel like the vocals are just getting, or I should say the music is getting wrapped around the vocals. And with that being happen, it just sounds as a whole, and it sounds like they're all meshing together really well. Now with the wrapping around the vocal, it doesn't mean that the vocal's getting buried. The vocal is still very clear, and the music is getting wrapped around through using compression, which is what mastering is really all about. Some people say mastering is really good just because you can get it as loud as possible. I mean, I don't really care about that going loud as possible. I want it to get the best sound possible using compression and EQ and getting it as loud as possible, but without having to give it other artifacts in that process. So some people, they push it to the limits and it just starts to sound really unnatural, really washy. I tend to hear it a lot in a lot of metal. Sometimes in hip-hop, but in a lot of heavy metal, like super extreme metal. So, okay, let's go ahead and I'm going to put an equalizer on this thing. Now, mastering, a studio master is pretty simple. It's not in depth as it would be as you're getting this thing sent off to Sony and getting mastered by them. Now, it's completely different studios. So basically my studio is set up for recording, and I have mic pre's and compressors and all that stuff. But these guys, other mastering engineers, they have a completely different studio, completely different gear, completely different rooms, and the personality is usually completely different too. They're just different kinds of people. They study frequencies, the responses, they're just completely different. So what I'm doing here is to show you how to get a good studio master that can almost compete with those guys. Now this is great for recording and sending it off to even get on records, on TV, on radio and stuff like that. But if you really want something to bang unbelievably hard, I suggest going to Sony Records or something like that and getting it done there. But this will get you, you know, almost at that point. So let's continue with it. All right. So I like this Oxford Equalizer. This guy right here. I really like this EQ. It just sounds so natural. Some other EQs can be really harsh, and just the slightest movement of a cue, it sounds so different. Now this guy it works really soft. So let's go ahead and get in there and listen to it and tweak it out a bit. Now I'm gonna EQ after the compression.
Yeah. Europe top team.
KGRD1, baby. Off the Wall Studios. You know how we go.
As I prepare for the kill, the air is still and there's a chill in it. Built for this, staring in the mirror at my silhouette. Shadowing movements, gotta be like water. Strength on a street fighter type boxer. I'm a monster, feared, idolized and sponsored. Fan favorite, people's champ, taping lethal hands for the main event. Many brave men are paid to enter the cage, but no one will remember their names. And your MMA reign right now. When the crowd bit you all alone, the clinch, pinch your chin to your collarbone. Drilling knees, skilling speed. Go for the throw, I go for the throat. Squeeze them in the guillotine. Europe top team, scars and medals. Knuckle game on another level with Nas and Nettles. Never back down. Rather black out than tap out. Ask around, you won't last around.
The time is right now, it's the final countdown. It's the F-I-N-A, the L countdown. Get ready right now, get them in your sights now. It's the F-I-N-A, the L countdown. Battle going down, hear the cheering in the crowd. It's the F-I-N-A, the L countdown. You either standing up or you laying on the ground. It's the F-I-N-A, the L countdown. It's the clash of the titans, here the battle of the gods. The beef gets settled here like cattle in the yard. This is abdomen and heart.
Okay, so now it's just slightly different. So basically, all I did, I added a little sparkle to the top end. This looks like to be around 38 hertz. And this right here, what is it? 271 hertz. I feel like there was a lot of music going on in there. A lot of the horns and a lot of the strings were sitting right there. So I just boosted that up a little bit, and it really brought those strings and horns out really nice. Over here, 71 hertz. I boosted that a hair bit. You probably didn't even really need to boost it, but that's fine. So this is fairly decent right here. So now let me show you how to really push those levels. So right here I got a Waves Ultra Maximizer L1 Plus. I love this plug. This plug's great. So let's go ahead and I usually go to 16-bit Final Master High Res, and let's go ahead and check it out. So you always want this at the very end. The output ceiling is 0.3 dB or negative 0.3 dB.
Yeah.
So that means basically that. Oh, let me go ahead and start that a little sooner. So basically, this means that it'll never go above negative 0.3 dB, and it'll never clip. It'll just never go in there. It'll attenuate and push the levels down, almost like a compressor, but it's not really a compressor. It's not compressing anything. It's just pushing. It's pushing peaks down. So you'll see little movements going down in here. That's pushing the very peaks down, thus bringing the lower peaks up in a sense, but not like a compressor.
Yeah. Europe top team.
KGRD1, baby. Off the Wall Studios. You know how we go.
As I prepare for the kill, the air is still and there's a chill in it. Built for this, staring in the mirror at my silhouette. Shadowing movements, gotta be like water. Strength on a street fighter type boxer. I'm a monster, feared, idolized and sponsored. Fan favorite, people's champ, taping lethal hands for the main event. Many brave men are paid to enter the cage, but no one will remember their names. And your MMA.
Alright, cool. So let's go ahead and we'll listen to it with and without. I'm going to bypass this whole bin, and you're gonna hear a difference. So let's start off with it bypassed.
Yeah. Europe top team.
KGRD1, baby. Off the Wall Studios. You know how we go.
As I prepare for the kill, the air is still and there's a chill in it. Built for this, staring in the mirror at my silhouette. Shadowing movements, gotta be like water. Strength on a street fighter type boxer. I'm a monster, feared, idolized and sponsored. Fan favorite, people's champ taping lethal hands for the main event. Many brave men are paid to enter the cage, but no one will remember their names. And your MMA reign right now. When the crowd bitch you all alone, the clinch, pinch your chin to your collarbone, drilling knees, skill and speed, go for the throw.
That sounds great to me. So basically what it does, what it's doing, it's pushing the whole overall mix more forward towards the speakers with the compressor. The EQ is kind of giving a little sparkle on the top end, making it a little more clearer. And the L1 is basically limiting everything. So you're not pushing the limiter too hard, and you can get it maximized to the amount of dB that you can get it, pushed to the fullest. So that's basically about it for a studio master. I mean, you can get in depth with other things, but this is a basic, mastering job, and it'll do the trick. It'll get you get great results, and feel free to tweak EQs differently, use different kind of compression settings. There's other maximizers out there. They got the L1, L2, L3. There are also, you can use Wave C4, which I think is a 4-band compressor. Basically, it compresses low mids, and high frequencies, differently. Sometimes you don't want to compress the top end. You just want to compress the low end because you don't want to get that low grumbly sound popping in and out of the speakers. You kind of want to control that one area. So, but yeah, thanks for watching, and that's it. I hope you enjoy this track, and I will be posting the final mix after this. Well, that's it for today. Hopefully you learned something from this short tutorial on how to master a track. Hopefully this will help you to get on your way to make your tracks sound like they do on a commercial record. So once again, Facebook, you can find us there. Just type in Off the Wall Studio, you'll find us. Or you can go to www.offthewallstudio.com. Thank you.